Problem 8-21. The choir is planning a trip to the water park, and the parents are trying to determine how much to charge each child. The cost to use a school bus is $350. So now we need to complete this table over here with how much we would charge each student if this number of students went on the trip. So we're wanting to cover the same cost of $350 and split it between each of these students. So let's fill out the table. If we have 10 students, then we want to split this $350 cost between the 10 students. So that's just going to be 350 divided by 10, which is going to be 35. All right, and it's going to be the same thing for all the other ones. So with 15 students, it's going to be $350 divided by 15 students. So you can calculate that. It's going to come out to about 23.3. Repeating, of course. And with 20 students, we would have 350 once again divided by 20, which is going to come out to $17.5 per student. And finally, with 35 students, so if we have $350 divided by 35 students, we're going to only have to charge $10 per student. All right, so now we filled in the table. We found how much we'd have to charge each student to cover the cost of $350 in each of these 4 situations. All right, now for part A, asks us to think back to our work with proportions and proportional relationships. And does this look like a proportional relationship? So it might be a little hard to visualize whether this data meets the 2 requirements of a proportional relationship, but if you use this E tool over here, you can plot these points by filling out this table and see the points right here. So the 2 requirements for a proportional relationship is that it makes a straight line, which it doesn't really look like a straight line. It looks like it curves. And then the other requirement is that it passes through 0, 0, so down here, which it also doesn't really look like it's going to pass through 0, 0. So this doesn't look like it's a proportional relationship. So the answer to A is going to be no. The answer to B, there is still a relationship. See, if we look at these data points, it looks like there is some relationship, just not proportional. So B asks, is there an association between the number of students and the cost per student? If so, describe it, consider the form, direction, outliers, and all that. So it doesn't look like we're going to have any outliers, but it does look like this relationship decreases. So as the number of students increases, so we go 10, 15, 20, 35, the cost per student decreases. So we're starting at 35 and we get down to just $10 once we have 35 students. So the relationship is negative. It is decreasing over time. So it's a negative association. And it also doesn't look like it's a linear. It looks like a non-linear relationship because each point is not in a straight line. It looks like it's leveling out and becoming less and less steep as we go. So it would be a negative non-linear association.